MSU was probably one of the most important decisions I ever made in my life. Mankato happened to be the place that I chose, and it was the right place for me at the right time. Going to Mankato was one of those defining moments because it was really the transition from a kid who grew up in the housing projects and poor and didn't know what to do. The biggest learning for me was out of the classroom. The people that I met, the experiences of personal growth, the diversity that I had to deal with. I became an RA over at Gage, and I had one of the toughest floors. That was the beginning of really understanding that I had some good interpersonal skills and was able to manage a lot of very challenging situations. They used to have on campus what was called a black house, and that was a place where the black students would go to party, to hear good music that we could dance to. And I just remember having just wonderful times at that place. Some of the teachers that I remember that really stood out for me. One was Tim Scott, who was a human relations teacher. I remember Malcolm Sullivan. Really liked Malcolm, had some great talks. One of the more memorable things that I did there is I invited Warren Spanish, who was the Attorney General at that time, to come down to campus. When I did my internship, under Warren Spanish's tutelage. He really opened a lot of doors for me. And so I had reached the peak of being in the high-tech industry of 20-something years and private sector, and said, okay, I've done it all now, and what else is there? And what else is there is really helping people and making a difference in people's lives. I was a chief executive officer of a firm called Compatible Technology International, and we had post-harvest hand-powered tool equipment for the developing world that we manufactured. And I had 14 projects going around the world. My philosophy there was really self-sustainability. It was an opportunity to bring my private sector skills to the not-for-profit model so that they could learn how to be sustainable. A friend of mine, who happened to be another Mankato alumni, told me about this position here at Lutheran Social Service. We have about 2,400 employees, 87 counties that we serve around the state in over 300 locations, including Mankato. Responsible for 6 lines of services, which include adoption, refugee, immigrant services, housing, both housing development and housing services for the homeless. Also have financial counseling for bankruptcies, foreclosures, reverse mortgages, debt management services. Since I've spent time here in the Twin Cities, from the Institute on Black Chemical Abuse to the YMCA in Blaisdell to Business Education Economic Foundation, Xenon Jazz Group, the African Christian Fellowship, Chaffee, which is a Christian Housing Association initiative for immigrants. I'm still very passionate about international development and the poor around the world. Currently reside in Hudson, Wisconsin. My wife of 10 years, Florianne Robbins Brown. Florianne is from Rwanda, and she is building a children's village there on 23 acres for orphans in Rwanda. I couldn't be happier right now doing this. So as a college student, if you're really clear as to what your passion is and what it is you want to do it and don't sell out. Listen to that little voice inside of you that you get excited about and that you're passionate about. That is the essence of you. And we all have that little light or that little dream, and I just encourage them to never lose sight of that and follow your passion.